It's a real new day for Ottawa Senators fans, and that their team is operating the way other teams operate. When they need to do something, it's doing the right thing for the right reasons, trying to be competitive, trying to show your fan base you're trying to be competitive and thus able to charge top dollar for what you're doing. It hasn't always been that way, obviously, but it seems to be that way this summer. And Claude Giroux is just the latest example. He signs a 3-year deal worth $19.5 million. Do you like the contract? Is a guy who's going to be 35 in January.
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to take 3 years to get it done, and I was thinking six was the max I would have done. 3 times 6, it's 3 times 6.5. Yeah, okay, I can eat that, no problem. You good with it?
Yeah, totally. I mean, if it was getting into a big term, then you start to worry. That's that's part of the reason the Sens have been afraid of signing their own UFAs in the past. 8-year contracts for guys in their late 20s, Mark Stone, Erik Karlsson. Those are beloved players at the time of their exit. And now everybody's looking at those two deals and saying, not sure I'd be down with that if the Sens had gone 8 years with a guy. Giroux's even a little older, and so basically they're paying for his veteran leadership. And if you saw any of his highlight videos, Claude Giroux still has plenty of game at age 34.
He certainly does, and it gives you options now. Like the guy can play in the power play. Okay, we got a pretty good power play here already, Claude, but we can probably find a way to work you in there. It's same thing with DeBrincat. Your second unit power play is going to be very strong. The thing I like is the man can win faceoffs. He was number 3 in the league this year in faceoff win percentage, and if he's playing on a line with Stutzle, who was I think third or fourth from the bottom in win percentage on faceoffs on draws. I think that's a really good acquisition there. And it looks like maybe he's going to play with DeBrincat and Stutzle. Like that's your 1A, 1B with the other 3 with Norris and Batherson and Tkachuk. Like you've got a top 6 that is arguably comparable with anyone else in the league.
I think the fringe fan might look at that and go, wait a minute, Giroux's taking draws? How would that work out exactly if Stutzle took a big spike in his development when he moved to the middle? The game is really, at the face-off, everybody lines up, but the game is so fluid. You're not like tabletop hockey where you're just going up and down the wing like you did back in the 70s and earlier. That's not the game today, is it?
No, and these guys can play anywhere. Just think of the possession stats, how the possession numbers are going to change. Think of the power play. Like how often did the Senators get a power play? And I don't know what percentages was, but it was a high one that Brady Tkachuk is taking the offensive zone draw. And if Brady didn't win it, and it didn't happen all that often or often enough, like basically you're giving up a clear and a shorthanded team clears the puck. It's 15 seconds and 200 feet before you're back in the zone to set up. So I'm looking forward to seeing Giroux taking draws. I'm looking forward to seeing Giroux provide some veteran leadership. He's going to be wonderful for Stutzle's development. I think playing on the wing with Stutzle will be so good for Stutzle. It's just a great signing all around. I really can't find anything negative with it.
Is it automatic? Is that your ideal top 6? Is it automatic? The big 3 as we knew it going into this offseason with Norris, Tkachuk, and Batherson, do they stay together and Stutzle is automatically with DeBrincat and Giroux, or would you maybe try some mad science early in the year?
Well, I think that's the way they would start. Would be to reunite Batherson with Tkachuk and Norris. He with his injury there and Joseph coming in, he was kind of moved down to play with Stutzle a little bit. But I think that was more due to the fact that they didn't have somebody to play with Stutzle. I don't think that Batherson was taken away from Tkachuk and Norris because he wasn't playing well. It was to try to get some more out of Stutzle. Well, you give him DeBrincat and Giroux, I think you can get a lot more out of Stutzle now, and Batherson's allowed to go back with the other 2. That's the way I would start. But you've got a wealth of riches there. They can play with it as much as they like.